Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. I hope that you and yours, wherever all of you are in YouTube land, are happy, healthy, safe, and well. How are you? Right now, the time is approximately 8:27 p.m. Eastern Time. Hold on, a little thing in my eye. And the date is Sunday, December 6th, 2020. The moon is waning in Virgo and the sun is transiting in Sagittarius. And before I go any further, let me ask Drake, also known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, to stop twiddling, twitching, fidgeting, whatever he's doing in his chair that's making it vibrate and it's distracting me. So if you would be so kind as to stop doing whatever you're doing that's making that chair vibrate, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have you ever noticed that I say thank you so much? Do you know why? I'll tell you why. And then I'll go to the video. Oh my God, Isis, what is the matter? Oh Lord, she scared me. Isis, shh. Take a nap. Go ahead, take a nap. It's like, what are you doing? Living with cats, all I'm gonna say. So every so often I watch 3 motion pictures in the same day because they resonate with me, they made a huge difference, I found them entertaining, insightful, poignant, etc., etc., etc. They are Ghost, Madonna Truth or Dare, and The Breakfast Club. I even have a t-shirt that depicts the core cast of The Breakfast Club, which as soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, I gotta buy this shirt. One of the softest t-shirts I've ever worn, I'm telling you. So, there is a scene later on in Ghost where Oda Mae Brown, portrayed brilliantly by the Whoopi Goldberg, is impersonating Rita Miller. And she has to go to the bank and get the money that she winds up reluctantly donating to an orphanage run by nuns. But the thing of it is, she's telling this one person, may I borrow your pen? Thank you so much. Can I keep this pen? Oh, thank you so much. So ever since then, Oda Mae Brown impersonating Rita Miller saying thank you so much has stuck with me. So now I usually say thank you so much. So yeah, thank you so much. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg was beyond brilliant in that motion picture, I'm telling you. But anyway, the main topic of this video is additional information about giving readings at Notions and Potions, which is in beautiful Beacon, New York, or as I love to call it, freaking Beacon, baby. So here's the thing. Oh, hold on, because her tail is out. And believe me, she has gotten caught on one of the wheels of my, and I have rollerblade wheels on my chair now, so it's like, it'll really like slide. So I feel it's important to reiterate something, and I've only started recently reiterating this because I've begun to get this impression that people in YouTube land think that they have to physically come to Notions and Potions and have an in-person reading with me. That's not the case at all. That is not at all the case. My thing is this. I know that for a lot of people, having an in-person reading is the only way to have a reading, and I have no problem with that. I will tell you that when it comes to my personal psychic advisor, Roger Pratt, I have yet to have a telephone reading with him. Why? Because I grew so accustomed to having in-person readings with him, especially when he offered in-person readings. He hasn't offered in-person readings in 10 years, I think, 15 years? I don't even remember. It's been a long time. That much, but it has been at least a decade since my personal psychic advisor, Roger Pratt, has offered in-person readings. Now, he has spoiled me for other psychics. He just has. So I look at it this way. It is sometimes much more feasible and much more convenient to have a phone reading or a video reading or an email reading. And I remember one year I gave a reading to a woman. She was a mother of 3 at the time. She may have 1 or 2 more children now, I don't know. But I remember she lived in New Brunswick. She was going to come here to my home in northern New Jersey, and she was like, you know what, given my schedule, it has to be a phone reading. Are you okay with a phone reading? This was more than 10 years ago. This was actually more than 20 years ago. I said, sure, if that works best for you, that's fine with me, you know. And it really was a great convenience for her. It worked for her schedule. It worked for me because I wasn't traveling to New Brunswick, which By car, from where I live, is roughly 45 minutes. If there's traffic, it could be closer to an hour and a half, or like an hour to an hour and a half, depending upon how much traffic there is. But on mass transit, it's a minimum of 2 hours one way. So I knew that it really was a convenience. So again, and this is again for my own peace of mind, if you feel that you absolutely must have an in-person reading with me at Notions and Potions, nothing could be further from the truth. You are more than welcome to have a phone reading with me. You are more than welcome to have a video reading with me. You are more than welcome to have an email reading with me. I do not have an issue with any of them. For the record, all of the readings that I've conducted on behalf of the Pandorica Restaurants GoFundMe page, when they make a donation to the Pandorica Restaurants GoFundMe page in exchange for a reading, I always do by email. It works best for me, it works best for the clients, and the fact of the matter is that I don't need to do anything more that's going to cost me more time, more energy, more money, etc. They're happy with it, I'm happy with it. I take photographs of all the cards that I pull. If I'm pulling cards, I send it to them in the email. They're happy, they love it. I can even match the cards with their question. They really love it. It's such a huge convenience. I love it. It makes me happy, it makes them happy too. It's what they call a win-win situation. Or actually, if you take into consideration the Pandorica Restaurants GoFundMe page, it's a win-win-win situation. And I did mention previously in a few videos that I conducted my very first phone reading while at Notions and Potions in October. So I am more than happy to conduct a virtual reading when I am physically at Notions and Potions. I don't have an issue with that. In fact, it works great for me because if there's nobody else who's having a reading, or if the next appointment isn't for, let's say, 2 or 3 hours, then it's perfect. I have the opportunity to conduct the reading. I'm not just there twiddling my thumbs, And the fact of the matter is that depending upon how many people are working in the store with Cheryl, the living goddess who owns Notions and Potions, then I don't need to worry about what I need to do to drum up business or any of that other kind of nonsense. I can just focus on the client and the reading and take it from there. And it works beautifully. It works so conveniently I can't even begin to tell you. So again, you can always have a reading with me virtually, regardless of where you are on the planet, regardless of what situation is happening. And of course, you can't get any safer and more COVID-19 free than having a virtual reading. So it's also a preventative, And I'm one of those people that believes in preventing bad things from happening. So if you have a worry about if you happen to be in the area and you want to have a reading in person, but you're worried about COVID-19, this is a great solution to that. I think it is. You may have a different opinion, but I know that it really does work. And the fact of the matter is that it makes a huge difference because it's like, okay, here we are, and here we go. And there you go. Anyway, so again, when I'm physically at Notions and Potions, you are not obligated to have an in-person reading. That is number one. When I'm physically giving readings in person at Notions and Potions, if you want to have a phone reading, if you want to have a video reading, if you want to have an email reading, that is absolutely your choice. I don't have an issue with that. In fact, I think it was back also in October, there was a reading that I thought the client wanted to take place in person at the store. But she was like, actually, I'd rather have a phone reading. Is that okay? So you know what I did? I had dinner, called the cab to take me back to my hotel room, got settled, got my sacred tools in order, conducted the reading by phone. It was beautiful. It was perfect. It was brilliant. It made a huge difference, and I was happy. And there you go. And so was the client. So YouTube, as always, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you for honoring all of us at Notions and Potions and all we do. Thank you for honoring all of us at Catland Books, more commonly known as Catland, and all we do. And thank you for honoring the crew of the Pandorica Restaurant and all they do and all they give and all they serve and how often they serve. I wish all of you and yours peace and prosperity, love and light, wholeness and healing, and a great deal of bright blessings and magical miracles. Good night, and stay tuned for the next video.